Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're feeling well and rested today. It's a beautiful sunny Sunday, at least for me, and I hope you are ready for some thinking. And today we will not look at the usual gameplay, but we will deal a little bit with the perhaps not so exposed topic of this game, but therefore no less important than the things themselves, which are the maps. And you could have concluded from the title. Before anyone gets upset, I will say that this, of course, is not an official rating of the maps in the game, just my honest opinion that I put into this video for fun. But but that doesn't mean I didn't put a little effort into thinking about the criteria on which I'll grade the maps. Of course, like any evaluation, this also contains subjective element. You can't avoid that, but I try to make my personal preferences the least important. But keep in mind, this is only my opinion, and you know what they say about opinions. An opinion is like that thing at the end of our backs. Uh, Everyone has it. Yeah, everyone has that thing that you sit on, and everyone has an opinion. So I have opinion, and you could have a different opinions about my grades, but we will all see things different and have a different opinions about things, and that is okay. I'm not suggesting that I'm right or that somebody else is wrong. I just try to grade maps for fun with hope that some of you will also find it useful. And now that I have clarified the reason for the possible misunderstanding, we can start with the criteria that I took into account when forming grades of each map. First, I took into account how realistic each map was in terms of tank combat. I'm sorry, excuse me. I have already spoken several times before about the fact that the tanks are not vehicles that fight in the mountains, and I know this is a game, but honestly, it, it annoys me when the matchmaker gives me the Dragon Ridge or the Emperor's Border. In fact, when I get any map that has a hill climb for more than a minute, I'm bad. The exception is Westfield because that map is exceptional by other criteria. The other criteria I took into account is the core mechanic of this game, which is the use of tank hiding and spotting mechanics. Why make a game like that and then offer us maps where that key mechanics can come to the fore? And the third criteria is the possibility of flanking, because for a large number of tanks, it is the only way to damage another tank. Think about all the times where you were low tier heavy, which is definitely the worst combination you can have. A light tank has speed, maneuverability, and can spot just as low tier mediums can. And in the low tier medium, you probably can deal some damage if you are in the right position. A low tier tank destroyer will almost always have penetration values that can damage tanks 2 tiers up. It's not the rule, but it's usual thing that tank destroyer can deal with tanks 2 tiers up. Arty can also do damage to all tanks, but low tier heavy is mostly slow. It lacks armor, it lacks concealment, and has almost always inadequate weapons especially when it's not upgraded. I'm talking about stock tanks and the situations when you have to deal with two tiers higher and stronger tanks with, I don't know, gun which even when you're shooting premium ammo cannot penetrate the heavy tanks. Yeah, very unpleasant experience in my opinion. And in such situation we have to find tanks of the same tier or look for ways to approach stronger tanks from the side or to attack positions where their armor is not so strong. So some maps allow that, some don't. And I think that three criteria are quite enough. We are not doing any scientific experiment here to go too deep into the matter of things. I think that three criteria for fun and for the sake of this video are just enough. So the maps in the world of tanks modern armor, there are about 50 of them in total, including 4 made especially for the Cold War mode. Since I also played the Cold War, I took the liberty of rating those 4 maps as well. And in the sheet I made that you will see in a moment, I counted a total of 54 maps. But don't take my word for it. The discount is absolutely correct. One can always make a mistake in counting the listed things. But I think 50 is close enough for us. So here is the list of the maps with my grades. Grades range from 0 to 5, with 5 being the best and highest grade, and 0 meaning the map should be actually removed from the game for the benefit of players. Honestly, when I started doing things, I didn't think I would give so many maps the highest grade, but it turns out that 1/5 of the maps are great, at least in my opinion. Whether that's a lot or too little for this game, I can't tell you. It's probably enough, but it's not a problem here. The real problem is why those top 10 maps appear so rarely. I tried to record matchmaking over 3 days, and there we can see how many times during the playing of roughly 30 games I played the same battle uh, on those best maps and try to explain why that is so. Um, I can only guess the correct answer, and my assumption is that it's because of new and not so experienced players who don't know how to use the previously mentioned key mechanics of the game. I mean, hiding and spotting. Do not use the crew, do not use equipment, do not use consumables, and therefore need a lot of cover to last in the game for a few minutes. Plus, on top of that, wargaming, I think they want the battles to be as short as possible in the shortest amounts of time. So World of Tanks keeps their attention, maybe see something during the time that they think it will help them to be better and more successful at the game, like certain premium tank or free XP that will unlock some tank completely or some of the modules for that tank, and then buy those things because, of course, Wargaming offers it for sale. They offer premium tanks. They offer you to buy gold and for real money and convert the gold in the free XP, and to use free XP to unlock tanks or modules. So a lot of players wouldn't do that, wouldn't do the grinding if they won't have this possibility to buy its way up. Uh, Recently, I did a video for how to progress through the world of tanks. I will put description. I will put the link in the description below. And one of the things was when you have the opportunity, don't buy gold to exchange it for free XP to unlock high tier tanks or their modules, because you need to play the game properly to gain uh, the necessary knowledge and experience to perform well or well enough in higher tiers. I mean, tiers from 8 and especially 9 and 10. Well, as I said before, it's only my opinion and don't take it for granted. I may be completely wrong, but speaking from my experience in the gaming world, where there is smoke, there is a fire. And at the end of the day, I guess we all can accept the fact that the game is free only if you have a lot of patience and a lot of time. And that's fine, because wargaming has to make a living, which means they have to have some sort of business module that won't necessarily align with our preferences. And wargaming is here to make money from from their content they create. And if this content is also fun for someone, that's just a bonus for them, but it's not a prerequisite. As long as the money keeps rolling in, you know. But enough about politics and business. Let's get back to the maps. Uh, the second group with a rating of 4. It's also quite large, and I'm also happy about it. It means that the things in the field of the maps are not bad at all. These are the maps that are not as good as the best 10, which were graded with 5, because of slightly different configuration, less open space, less foliage. But that's why they at least appear in the matchmaker in some normal rhythm, which we can also see in my 3-day photo diary. If it remained that the maps that are rated as 3 appeared a lot, it wouldn't be such a problem. However, the problem is that the maps that I rated as 2 and 1 or 0 appear most often. Yeah. Port is excluded from this because I don't play the lowest tiers, but it would be something the wargaming should work on if anyone from them ever sees this video. But this is a small channel with a very limited reach, so I'm realistic. And I told you at the beginning, this is mostly video for fun, you know. And now that we gone through all the current maps, we can also deal with those that were deleted after December 2020 and the infamous 6.0 update and are still missing. And there are quite a few of them, exactly 16 of them. So we have Paris, or I think it was called also the Ravage Capital. We had Windstorm, Sacred Valley, South Coast, Komarin, Northwest, Ensk, Province, Tundra, White Park, Con, Ardennes, Icebound, Pacific Island, and Liberty Falls. If I want to be precise, I should mention Glorious. Summer Malinovka, which used to be the main Malinovka map, and Winter Malinovka was a substitute, and nowadays Summer Mali is completely gone, which is so sad. There is, although there is something that may be explained by the fact that many players are still playing the game on PS4s and Xboxes One. So there is the Wargaming's main and official reasons why graphic engine can be upgraded to include more foliage, bushes, and trees. And there were also stormy variants of steppes, Pacific Island, Murovanka, and Erlenberg, I think it was. Maybe there was some some else map with the which has storm variant, but if I remember correctly, those four steps, Pacific Island, Murovanka, and Erlenberg, were those with stormy variants. I didn't particularly like those maps, nor do I remember that the gaming population had a good opinion of those variants, especially the stormy variant of the tiny Pacific Island. And yeah, I now remember there was even winter variant of the Nomonhan map, and I remember that because it just crossed my mind that I have proof of that right here on the channel. I have recorded one video at Winter in the Monaghan a very long time ago, and if you want to take a look at how the game looked before and how the head-up display was simple and effective, I will leave the link below in the description. Yeah, out of those maps that are still missing, the ones that, in my opinion, deserve a return are Tundra, Komarin, but only if they will enlarge it to 1 by 1 square kilometer, because I can remember if the Komarin was 600 by 600 meters or 800 by 800 meters, but it was kind of small map, but it's the map. It has very nice configuration, and yeah, I think if it would be 1 by 1 square kilometer, it would be good for playing. Nice open map with hold on positions, with foliage, with few buildings in the middle, with a river in which you can drown yourself. It's not just cosmetic like in the Cold War. And I think they could return Con, which was also a nice map divided between the beach part and the wooden part. Yeah, not wooden. Yeah, but forest part. That I'm struggling with my English, and I should really use it more often to have this commentary sorted out much better. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm lazy, you know, lazy old man. Yeah, back to the maps. All others are free to remain in the dustbin of history forever. At least in my opinion, we don't need those uh, province, Tundra, White Park, Icebound, bleh. Pacific Island. Hell, Liberty Falls was not so bad. I think they could probably use it in the low tiers where it was the thing before. But yeah, as I said, if they will return any of those maps, Tundra and the large Komarin, Khan, and maybe Ardennes would be way to go for it. And that would be about it, what I have in mind. It's not a long video, and that would be my small contribution to the rating of the maps we currently have available in the game. I hope you enjoyed this topic, and it would be great if you could comment down below on what you think are the best maps in the game, and if my opinion has any basis, are the criteria right or wrong, did I miss some criteria? And thank you for your attention. Subscribe if you want to help this little channel to grow. Like or dislike this video, and see you soon, guys. Bye.